Hey, so it's Saturday again. Lovely. I don't have to go to Galesburg today. I'm going to Clinton, Iowa, which is a much shorter route. I think it's a little prettier to go on. But the exciting part of today is that it's snowing outside. Yes, fantastic. Yes. Usually makes my job a little bit more fun. But today's not going to be too much of anything because of the snow. Because I film with an iPhone, I can't really take this out and record with it because it freezes and stops working. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to film when I'm driving, and I'm going to tell you a story while that's all going on.
So, if you don't know this about me, I have 3 siblings. I have 2 older brothers and then an older sister, right? So I'm the youngest. And, people always talk about being the youngest is the best and all this kind of stuff because, when you're the youngest, everyone likes you and everyone's, so cool to you. Well, being the youngest actually sucks, in a sense, because you get that stigma that, oh, you're the best of all the blah, 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 blah. Let's go beat 'em up. That's how I got treated. I always got the noogies, the brothers shoving me in the closet and then throwing me in the back of a trunk and pushing a car off a hill. That happened to me all the time. Comment if that happened to you too. But I think the best part about being the youngest, the little youngster in a family, is that I get to see all my older siblings screw up in life. And because I'm so much younger than them, I get this cool, little time gap where I can just laugh at them. And just totally negate that this was a horrible event to them, but just laugh at them about it. And by the time it's time for me to make a horrible mistake like that, they don't care anymore because they're old and have families, whatever. The only people who care would be my wife or my parents. So it's a much smaller audience, so I'm not so scared about that. But what I want to talk about, one of the big life screw-ups, is my brother. I'm just going to call him Daniel. Why not? So he's a convict. He's been in and out of prison and jail. That all started when we were kids. And so I just want to talk about today some of the things that he's done in my childhood and just growing up that seem almost unbelievable. Okay, so there was this one time when we were living in Bloomington, Illinois. Almost got me out of it. Daniel. He decided he was going to take my brother and sister, and he's the oldest, Daniel is, and he decided that he was going to take the other siblings out to A&W or get ice cream, go to the mall or something. My parents thought it was a wee bit dubious because A&W, 1, is on one side of town, and the mall, 2, is on the other side of town. So if you're going to one place, how is it that all of this is supposed to coincide and, go together? But whatever, they didn't seem to care at the time. So my brother took the van, which is a work vehicle, and it's the only vehicle my parents had at that time, decides he's going to drive them there, drives them there, and then when they come back, they just walk inside, nonchalant, and my parents ask him, "Hey, Daniel, how'd it go? Did you have a good time?" He replies with, "Yeah, I think someone might have, bumped into us in the parking lot or something. There's a little dent on the side." And they're like, a little dent? What do you mean? "Oh, it's nothing. Here, I'll go look at it. Probably rub off." So Daniel runs off into the garage and shuts the door real quick, and you hear him just in the background in the garage. My parents decide, okay, well, let's go see what this moron is doing. They go walk into the garage, and they see him with a bottle of goo-off paint remover scrubbing the side of a now wrecked side of the van, trying to get a yellow mark off that came from one of those poles you see at the parking lots in Walmart, that he'd hit and dragged all the way across the driver's side of the van. He was using paint remover to get that off. I guess what he didn't realize at 16 was that paint remover not only takes off paint from poles, it also takes off the paint of the car. But I never said he was real smart. But that's one thing. And I remember I'm sitting upstairs in my room because they didn't want me to go. So I just sat in my room and I just listened to them slowly and surely let the tale out. And what it was they decided they were going to go to AMW. And then when they went to the mall was closed at that time. So they decided, hey, why don't we drive up a hill, put the van in neutral, and then get my other brother to go out and try and push the van up a hill in neutral. All while my sister, who claims she is completely and utterly innocent in this entire situation, has 2 phones of my brother's and then has her phone in her pocket. And they're all sitting next to her in the back seat. And she says, well, I had no way of telling them to stop or telling anyone else that this whole thing was going on. Which, it's kind of... What's that smell? Bull crap. Yeah, she totally could have told my parents, but they never did. So they got just lambasted. They were wasted. And again, I was just... smelling like a rose, beautiful, walking out a pile of crap, looking beautiful, slick. So that was one thing I remember as a kid that was just beautiful. It was fantastic. There's another story. So we were living in Omaha. My brother Daniel, the oldest, moved back out there to Omaha because he just got out of prison or whatever, meeting some girlfriend or whatever. And then we go to a steakhouse for my mom's birthday. And we're paying for him, we're having a good time, whatnot. It's all fun, games. Until Thomas, at the end of the meal, we're walking outside, says, oh, hey, Mom, I just want to, come to this meal to tell you something. Yes, Daniel, what is it? I got some chick pregnant. Bam! That is the perfect way, Daniel, to just, end a mother's birthday. That is the perfect way to do that. So... my gosh. And then the Mother's Day, like not even a year later, he's driving around with a suspended license because he's a convicted felon, and he gets home from going to dinner with us for Mother's Day, and then I have to bail him out of jail at like 12 a.m. because apparently no one else in Omaha carries cash, and I was the only one that had that. Oh my gosh. Anyways, yeah, this is just the video I got up for today. I couldn't do anything because of the weather, a little inclement, you could say. Hopefully this story was somewhat educational and fun, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.